Alright. Welcome back to Dragon Ball Daima Anime Review, episode number 20. We are here reviewing the 20th and, for now, the final episode of Dragon Ball Daima Maximum. We pick up where we left off last episode, where Goku has turned into Super Saiyan 4. I almost forgot to mention this last video. This is the first time adult Goku has done this since GT in the dub. And then, as Super Saiyan 4, he proceeds to beat the crap out of Gorma for quite a while. And this lasts almost half the episode. Almost half. And then, of course, Piccolo prepares to strike, gives him a kick back in the head, a cry chop, and he's about to blow, and then he's blocked by Gorma. And then, of course, anything we can stop this guy? Majin Buu, look for something in that book. And he's like, had to run into the book like, Oh, I know. While everybody's fighting Gorma, he proceeds to fly at the back of him while he's distracted, takes the book, whacks him 3 times in the back of the head, and then the eye just pops out. Glorio steps on it, battle over. You're like, what? Yeah, that's how the battle ends. And then, of course, Arasu's Majin shows up, and he's like, oh, because of the fact you've been defeated, we're going to imprison you for 100 years out of the battle. But it'd be nice work basically putting 99. He's like, oh, we're also put Dagasu in here too to keep you company. And put him inside this magic battle for 99 years. And like, okay, we need a Supreme Demon King. Arasu's like, I'm not powerful enough. We should give this to somebody who actually beat him. Majin Buu. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And he's like, he names the legend of Namekian as, well, first he names Arasu as his vice Demon King. Then he names Glorio, the legend of Namekian, the king of Demon World 3. The guy who works and makes him one of his ministers. Even his brother Dagasu, and the Legend Maker's like, wow, do we actually have a competent Supreme Demon King? And he offers it to Goku, like, no, we'd like to go home. So then, of course, we get basically them packing up and flying back to the home. And, of course, Glorio, non-official minister, what he's minister of, we don't know yet, and proceeds to fly back. And, of course, Goku finally gets his name right. And, and Patsy, for some reason, goes with him. Despite the fact she's not in Super at all. Nope, she's not in Super. And they fly back. And we see that Chi-Chi, who was sitting on top of a step stool, she's back normal. Krillin, 18, Marin, Goten, Trunks, Master Roshi is back normal. Sadly, of course, we couldn't get a dub voice by Mike McFarlane because last I heard he's still in the hospital preparing for a second round of brain surgery. Because of, I think it was a tumor I heard he has. Which, Mike, please get better because I love your voice work. Yeah. Last I heard, I think it was a month ago, there was still a GoFundMe page to basically raise funds for his brain surgery. I haven't heard anything basically about it in a while. But I hope the man gets better. I did tell this to Monica Rial when I saw her again this past Comic-Con. I told her in the very first review of this series that I brought up Mike McFarlane on the fact of what he's going through, and seemed like she's very appreciative of the fact basically that I was putting it out there that he was not doing too well, and I hope he feels better. Oh, by the way, it's weird seeing Goku carry on the power pole on his back, because those of you who are really curious, did Goku as adult Goku ever had the power pole with him when he was an adult? No, he never did, because Korin kept it as a connection between his palace and Denda and Kami's place. But then, of course, Roshi got it for some weird reason. So everybody's back normal. And sadly, we don't see them we don't see them reunite with their families. Basically, because the episode just ends with them just flying back. Also, during the fight, one point Gomer, he gets like a hole blow on him by Goku, who went Kamehameha, who did Kamehameha on him. Even one point doing upside down and blowing a hole in him and blowing a right hole in the sky, going through 2 straight demon worlds. And apparently, lowering down the light barrier gets rid of the volcanic stuff Demon World 3 basically has gone through for years. I'm like, that's interesting. But all in all, this series was fantastic. And from what I can tell, there was nothing offensive about this series. This was something that I think, this was one of the last things Kerry Charm worked on before he passed away last year. I think he did approve of this series compared to GT, which he did not approve of. Oh, in the show, how did they explain Goku in the Super Saiyan 4? Oh, apparently he basically did a lot of training after beat Boo. I'm like, okay, yes, we do see Mr. Satan briefly in the epilogue along with the dog. Do you know who we did not see in the episode? In this whole series, we did not see him at all. He's mentioned once in the premiere episode, but he's not mentioned afterwards. You make comparisons to this series. For no reason. I get the fact he was studying, but you could at least have him make an appearance. Gohan. This entire show. This is probably by far the first show not to feature Gohan since they were in the Dragon Ball series. Yes. Yeah. But I kind of wish basically the last episode was a tiny bit longer for them basically everybody to reunite with their family, like having Vegeta and Bulma go home to see their son, Goku going home to see his younger son and his wife. And I wonder what Patsy's going to do. That's the really good question because she's not, like I said, she's not in Super. She's not appeared a single episode of Super. Either she, because I think the show was taking place like a year after Boo. I think so, yes. Excuse me, but about a few years prior to Super. So we do have 3 years. Either she died or she went back to Demon World. No one knows. I mean, the way the last episode ended, you could at least had a season 2 if you wanted to. Oh, by the way, also we do see Gomer and Dagasu playing what looks like a PlayStation in this. Because basically they did mention, oh yeah, we do have games, so I'm not bored. For the 99 years of being inside the place. I'm like, okay, I think I have games there, but how many games did you give them? Like, did you give like 1,000 games to play for 99 years? So they'll get bored? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if basically Dagasu decides to basically sleep for 20 years. Or a Gamma basically just spend a lot of time yelling, or just basically just sleeping, or just eating probably all the snacks they have. How would I eat all the snacks? Because if I had stayed there for 99 years, my guess is they'll probably just do a lot of sleeping or probably playing games. That's probably what they're going to do. Or they could probably have them basically just do exercise. Who knows what they're going to do. But, like I said before, do I think there could be a potential season 2 of the show? Yes. Because, come think of it, not much was explored during the... Now, basically, that this show and Super took place during the 10-year time skip between the end of the Boo Saga and before that final arc that led to the GT. Like, these two shows take place during that time skip. That 10-year time skip. But we still have, like, if you look at the show, like, this show took place a period of, like, 2 days over the course of 20 episodes, so there's still plenty of room they could do in their season for this one. It's shocking this lasted for 20 episodes. But would I want a second season? Yes. Yes, I do. Given the fact that this was so good, I'm sure that the voice actors really enjoyed. Also, thank you Crunchyroll for bringing back Goku's his Funimation, the original Funimation dub for the Kid Goku voice actress. Thank you for bringing her back. Because, yes, 18 was technically her last appearance in the series, sadly. But, thank you for bringing her back. Something that's not archive footage, because that's where it had been for the past 22 years. And thank you for bringing her back. Thank you. I'm sure a lot of Dragon Ball fans are very happy the fact that she came back to the show. Stephanie, if you're listening, thank you for coming back to Dragon Ball voice Kid Goku once again. The guy who voiced Kid Vegeta, he did a really good job in the show. Same thing with voicing Kid Bulma. Supreme Kai, from what I can tell, I think they had, I don't remember who voiced him, but excuse me. One thing also I forgot to mention here. It is suggested that the Namekians who are not on New Planet Namek, that who are traveling the universe, maybe they can come to the Demon World and reside in the original Planet Namek. And the Legend of Namek like, yeah, I like that idea. And the only reason why Dende can't basically stay because his duties being the god of Earth. Piccolo, he has some duties given the fact that he has sort of association with the Dragon Balls, despite that he currently does not. That actually is more like Dende's job. But there's actually a continuity reason why they can't have them there, because they're in Super. That's probably the reason for it. Also, this episode then features Sir Warp. He was featured several episodes of this whole series, but no Sir Warp. Probably because basically that the Barrier Steel and Demon World basically was unsealed. So, probably need it. But if they do a season 2, I'm hoping to pick up exactly where this episode left off with them arriving back home, reuniting with their families. And the kids are asking, "Who are you, little girl?" And Pat's like, "I'm Patsy, and I'm 80 years old." Everyone's like, "What?" Yeah, because she's 80. And I wonder how Chi-Chi reacted to her, because there was an episode where Goku was offered to marry her, and Goku was like, I refuse because I'm already married and I have children already. And I'm sure Chi-Chi, if she hears basically Goku turn down marriage proposals to her because he was already married, to Chi-Chi of course, she would like so happy to hear the fact that he actually is faithful to her. Yeah, given the fact half the time basically she gives him grief on all this other stuff, but I'm sure she probably appreciates the fact that he is actually very faithful to her. I'm sure about that, yes. But all in all, fantastic series. Yes, also with that, basically Friday is now reduced down to having just one show for now until Fire Force wraps up. Now, do I think that next week that we're going to get the dub back for our last The Rise of the World? Yes. Yes, we will. Alright, so that's pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up, Fire Force. Okay, next video. Bye.